Yo, what's going on, boys, girls? It's your boy Scopes over a new video. And I thought I'd bring you guys into a little reality with me, because I know I'm not in the wrong, but might as well, bring it up, because, well, this is part of my journey, here. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, let's all start with December 18th, 2025, the first time I had the encounter with CYFD. That everything was all peachy, first go around. Then I dealt with them December 30th of 2025. That was round 2. Round 3 that I dealt with them was January 9th, 2026. Fourth time I dealt with them was January 18th, 2026. The fifth and final time that I dealt with them, because they're in my dad's custody, is December 21st, 2026. That is 5 times going by state law. CYFD, especially over the same call they're supposed to drop, but they're wanting to dig into my kid's past and this, that, and the third. And because of it, I've now had to miss my son's birthday, and and my daughter's having to miss school again, and in total she's missed and counting a total of 9 days and counting. And this is before the Christmas break, after the Christmas break, and still continuing now. And here it is, only January 28th, 2026, and I still don't know why I'm being bugged. I don't know why I'm being harassed, and I just want to be left alone, and that way I can live a normal life with my kids, and not feel like, hey, look, because I keep having all these calls that, I now no longer feel like, I want to be in this area or this state, because, hey, look, I'm being harassed over and over and over again with the system because someone's making false calls, and there's nothing that I'm doing, and I really don't know anybody out here. So, with that being said, the calls I'll tell you guys, the calls out here are for child abuse, child neglect, and this, that, and the third. Well, that's not how my kids are. They were told that my kids haven't eaten in days, that I don't have any food from my daughter, or I don't have any infant food for my daughter, I don't have any baby food for my daughter, I don't have any wipes for my daughter. My daughter has all these rashes on her. My kids are covered in head to toe in feces, and they don't take showers, and this, that, and the third. No, they're well taken care of. They go to their doctor's appointments every single time, other than when, CYP has been involved, and had to cancel and reschedule appointments because of them. And there's nothing that I can do to cancel this one. I just gotta let it come up to a date and just let it run its course, let it do its time, because they're going to be having them tested and taking them to doctors, again, for what reason, I don't know. I mean, last time they took me to the doctors, without me even knowing, and my girls were the first ones to come back to me. So then I got my boys back, a little bit later. My dad brought them up, but I just want to live a normal life. I don't want to be harassed no more. If there's something that you guys know, or if there's something that you guys Mike can give me advice on, because, like I said, I have all this documented of the 5 times that they've come out, out to my house, woken up my kids every single time, and now this is the second time of them removing my kids from the household, and it doesn't make no sense, especially when they're coming out on the same calls over and over, and there's nothing wrong with my kids, and now they're questioning my kids because they want to make sure that my kids are not coached. I'm like, I'm not even the type of person. How can I coach my kids if the majority of the time, out of 7 days, I work 36 of those hours. Sometimes I work 4 days, 48 hours. Right now, 50. Well, yeah, because I work 48 hours because it's 12-hour shifts. So out of those 7 days, I'm working the night and coming into the morning, send my daughter off to school, and then sleep for a couple hours during the day before I got to turn around, get back up, shower, eat, get dressed, and then go out the door, and then go to work. So where do I have time to coach my kids? Where do I have time to, be anywhere, besides with them? I'm not being mean. So by the time I get off work, even on my days off, there's a park right there. Even when I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I find some sort of energy to go, okay guys, let's go to the park. But with it being so cold, we really haven't had the opportunity to go because I don't have enough winter clothes for all my kids. Not all of them are here. Not all the new winter clothes I just got them have not arrived. And with the snow being on the ground, and sometimes it being 2 degrees outside, right now it's 20 degrees outside. It's cold, it's windy. I'm about to lose my voice. I know by the time I get to work, I'm gonna sound like this when I get to work. No joke. I'm going to sound like I'm really sick because I'm in and out of the cold, and it takes a toll, a big toll on us. Because, oh my God, there's no way that I could understand, because I'm coming from out of a house that's like 60 some odd degrees to stepping out in the weather for 3.5 hours, in constant weather versus, hey, look, I was in it for a couple minutes, I got to a vehicle, I drove, or got to work in like 30 minutes, or however long, and then froze from going from car to inside building, and then work a 12-hour shift, and then come out. No, I understand how I'm getting sick, but we have off and off snow here. This is technically going on year 2 of me living here in Albuquerque. I've been in my apartment for a whole year now, as of January 15th. So, hoping, fingers crossed, that when the move happens, I'm not even going to complain when we move. I'm actually going to be excited to get out of the area and try to continue on with life and see if I can try to move closer to work. And if I can move closer to work, that would be super fantastic. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end up the video here. and finish taking myself to work. Got another like 2 hours and 20 something minutes of walking, somewhere in there. 2 hours and 30 minutes actually. Yeah, 2 hours and 30 minutes is where I'm roughly about at. So with that being said, I'm going to continue walking to work, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.